Good morning. It is September the 6th, and here is Kramer's Corner with the daily technical update. And as usual, we start with the S&P 500 after it was rejected at the 45.40. It traded a little bit lower yesterday, and we still have the Barry's eye here, so it is a little bit. I think we will see a little bit of a setback over the next couple of days, but 45.40 is the level to look out for. Nasdaq actually tested its 15,523, which is
I told them yesterday
level here. Also, RSI is still below, as you can see, is still below 60. So that is something to look out for the next couple of days. If we do get a close above these resistance levels, well, then we are likely to see higher highs. Otherwise, we will have a little bit of a setback. So we are a little bit on a limbo at the moment.
So connected with the team again
Seng,
and celebrate in a big match like today with the history of these clashes. I think it's
yesterday or this morning, sorry.
So very happy.
Still below the 18,562.
Not especially
RSI
the
berries,
that we
so
give away. We talk
expect
about you will lose the warning sign
further
after 2 passes after regaining it against this team. You are kaput.
DAX, not much to say really. We are in a downtrend. It has resumed downtrend, 15,482, the key level to look out for. AEX also after closing below 750, false break there. Expect to see 730 being tested here, possibly within a week or so. And a close below, well, then there's room down to around 716, 715 level. On the Belgian market, fairly quiet, still 36.96 resistance that should be observed. CAC looks more and more heavy after it failed to confirm uptrend back below the cloud, and we have still RSI very close to breaking below 40, and I think we will see that possibly today, and where it's likely to test the 200 moving average. If it closes below the 200 moving, break below here, then 7,083 around that level. There is some really strong support, 7,100 around this level here, but downtrend has resumed. On the FX side, as usual, some strong support around 107, 106.90. As you can see here, there was really this strong support area here with a lot of volatility before it took off, and now we are back down here. So this is a support area. So the exact support price or support level is difficult to determine, but it is. In this range here, we should see it around 107, which is the upper part of it. I think we could possibly see a little bit of a bounce again towards the 200 moving average and 108, but the trend is down. Also, if we move on to the weekly, it is broken below the lower rising trend line. Key support is 106.35, a key level. If it closes below that one, and if we get the RSI on weekly back below 40, then we are in the bearish territory on that front, but not quite yet there. Cable testing key strong support at 125.50, 45.50 here around here. That it should be observed. Maybe it's a little bit stressed, and we should have a bit of a correction here, but the trend will be down. So the pressure is on there. Dollar yen, quite interesting. And let's zoom out a little bit, or zoom in really. Here we have, it broke above the 146.55 strong resistance. It did have this spike here last week, but it never closed above. But it did yesterday, and it could follow through the next couple of days. There's still divergence, and the way to measure that is if we check this horizontal line here. It hasn't really broken above that, but it has broken above its falling trend line, so it is an indication we could see higher dollar yen level, 148.50, which is the 138.2 retracement, projection. But we could see a move up to around 149, which is the 161.8 projection here on the short term, and as you can see here also on the weekly, we are in a fairly strong uptrend. So I think that will materialize over the next couple of weeks. Euro-yen is still caught in this range between 156.85 and 159.75. So not really much there going on. We have Aussie yen also in this tight range here. I think it will be to the downside, primarily due to the Aussie yen that we are going to look at in a few minutes. We have sterling yen still in this range between 183.35 and 186.65, and as I said, Aussie yen fairly heavy. But it seems like there's a little bit just above 63.50. There seems to be some buyers coming in here. Maybe they'll try to lift it back above 64. But as you can see here on the weekly, we are in a downtrend. So there is room down to around 62, 61.85 level on Aussie yen there. On the dollar index, I forgot to do that one after the euro dollar. It's in an uptrend, pausing a little bit at the 138.2 projection at 104.80, sorry. But we are in an uptrend. A little bit of divergence maybe building up. It's not decided yet, and you can also see here on the weekly it's being rejected, or it's meeting some resistance at the 55 moving average coming down there. It's the weekly moving a 55 moving average, but there is room up to 105.80, so it should be possible to move that. What is key is also can RSI or will RSI on weekly close above 60 or not? That's the key question in coming weeks. Gold, that was rejected here at 1950. This is actually the 1947 resistance level, spiked a little bit above, and now we are sitting back, as we talked about, possibly down to 1910, maybe even 1900 before we will have a little bit of rebound on that one. Silver, fairly heavy. Will it pause at 61.8, retracement at 23.28? I think it will. We still have RSI in a bullish mode. It hasn't closed below 40, so that's the key thing to look out for on that front. We have copper hovering around the 382 pivot here, so that's, and I think that will continue with a little bit of bearish bias. As you can see, the moving averages are declining, and we still have bearish RSI, so quite fairly heavy on that front. On the energy side, is interesting with the Brent oil. Spiked higher yesterday, but seems to stalling a little bit. It spiked above the 138.2 retrace. The projection of this correction here. We are in an uptrend, but it seems stretched. As you can see, the RSI didn't cancel the divergence. It didn't make a new high. So next couple of days could actually be a little bit interesting. I think we will see a little bit of a setback back to 88, maybe down to 87.50, and maybe then we will try again moving higher. Because we have here on the weekly chart, we are in an uptrend on the medium-term trend with higher highs after breaking this resistance here, and we also have a bullish RSI. So short term, I think we'll see a correction, more or less the same picture on WTI, really spiking up to 138.2 projection, setting back a little bit, and divergence on the RSI. So next couple of days could be quite interesting, but we are in a bullish trend also on the weekly there. And finally, as usual, let's have a look at the US 10-year, pausing a little bit below the 428 resistance. If we do get a close above that one and we get RSI back above 60, well, then I think we will see new highs towards 448, 450 on the US 10-year Treasury yields. All right, that's all for today. Happy trading, and talk to you again tomorrow.